Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of Major League Baseball. Today, from Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, we are bringing you the Kansas City Royals, the Houston Astros. It is a game that the Kansas City Royals are going to be in tough with. They're running out a lineup that is going to feature a lot of journeymen and rookies, along with Whit Merrifield and Andrew Benintendi, who would be considered regular players in their lineup, and they're going to be facing one of the greats of the last 25 years, Justin Verlander, who will take to the hill for the Houston Astros today. And the Astros are going to be rolling out a fairly formidable opposition versus the Kansas City Royals. The Royals have been struggling with injuries lately, and they do have some regulars out of the lineup. The injuries that they have is Salvador Perez is on the 10-day disabled list, and Raul Mondesi is out for the year. He's on the 60-day. The players that are sidelined today are Michael Taylor, Hunter Dozier, and Bobby Witt Jr. They are not in the lineup for the Royals. And recently, they have got rid of one of their veterans, Carlos Santana, in a trade with the Seattle Mariners. So they are a little bit undermatched and outgunned here against Houston. So we're going to give you the starting lineups. And first of all, we'll begin with the Kansas City Royals. Leading off and playing second base, wearing number 15 is Whit Merrifield. Batting second and in left field, wearing number 16 is Andrew Benintendi. Hitting third and doing the designated hitting is number 1, MJ Melendez. In the cleanup spot and playing first base, wearing number 9 is Vinny Pasquantino. Batting fifth at third base, wearing number 26 is Emmanuel Rivera. Batting sixth and in right field, wearing number 14 is Edward Olivares. Batting seventh in center field, wearing number 28 is Kyle Isbell. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, wearing number 8 is Nicky Lopez. And batting ninth and doing the catching, wearing number 36, is Cam Gallagher. And they are going to be facing a surefire future Hall of Famer in Justin Verlander. Verlander takes to the hill for the Astros today with a 10-3 record. He's worked 97 in the third innings in 15 starts. He's allowed 64 hits. He's given up 29 runs, 22 of which have been earned. He has walked 17 and struck out 90. And he's got an ERA of 2.03. That's your starting lineup for the visitors from Kansas City. And now the lineup for the home team for Houston. Leading off and playing second base, wearing number 27 is Jose Altuve. Batting second and playing shortstop, wearing number 3 is Jeremy Pena. Batting third and doing the designated hitting is number 44, Yordan Alvarez. Batting in the cleanup spot and playing third base, wearing number 2 is Alex Bregman. Batting fifth in center field today, wearing number 6 is Jake Myers. In the sixth spot and playing first base is J.D. Matshevich. Batting seventh in left field, wearing number 14, is Mauricio Dubon. Batting eighth in right field, wearing number 30, is Chas McCormick. Batting ninth and doing the catching is number 15, Martin Maldonado. And they are going to be going up against Chris Bubic, who is really struggled this season. He's appearing in this is going to be his 13th game. He has 12 games. He's had 11 starts. He is 1-5 on the campaign. He's worked 43 in the third innings. He's allowed 55 hits, 37 runs, 34 of which have been earned. He has walked 26 and struck out 37. But he has a fluffed up ERA of 7.06. Well, your starting lineups are in, and Justin Verlander has completed his warm-up tosses, and we are about ready to get this one underway as Whit Merrifield is stepping up to the plate. Merrifield on the season is struggled by his standards. He's hitting .239. He's got 4 homers and 34 runs batted in. And we want to welcome those who are popping in here this morning. We've got Bay Area Sports who's been here, and ABQ. Welcome everybody here. And here's the first pitch of the ball game from Justin Verlander. It's a fastball swung on it, is belted foul down the left field line, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Merrifield. Defensively for the Astros, from left to right across the outfield, you've got in left field Mauricio Dubon. It is the center fielder is Jake Myers. The right fielder is Chas McCormick. Around the horn, it is Metashevich at first, Altuve at second. The shortstop is Dubon, and the third base is Bregman. The battery is Verlander and Maldonado. We are going to have to make a slight change because there is a change in the batting order, as it looks like that Jeremy Pena initially was the shortstop. So the home team has made a change as Dubon is now getting the start. As a breaking ball had missed to Merrifield, and now it is another breaking ball that's fouled away. And the count is 1-2. Welcome Steve Rademacher to the house as well as Troy. So welcome to you fellas. We expect that Justin Verlander should put up some big-time numbers today. As we said, they're rolling out a lineup that is a little bit outgunned and overmatched. With outside of Merrifield and Benintendi, it is a number of rookies and journeymen. And there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. So as long as Verlander can bring his normal self, the Royals are going to get all or more that they can handle. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the offering from Verlander to the hitter Merrifield. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. As we said, there was a late scratch in the lineup, and we'll have to get a reason why. As Jeremy Pena was expected to be batting second in the game, it is going to be Alamides Diaz who gets the start in left field. That will be the change in the lineup for the Astros. So Verlander gets his sign from the catcher Maldonado, and now he goes to work. Here's the payoff pitch to Merrifield. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Merrifield is gone on strikes for out number 1. A little disappointing. I was actually pretty excited to see Jeremy Pena play. The last time we saw the Astros, Pena was on the disabled list. He's having a good season this year, has Pena. But unfortunately, we'll have to make that adjustment. It is an easy adjustment, as he is replaced in the 2-hole in the batting order by Alamides Diaz, who's getting the start in left field. So that brings up to the plate Andrew Benintendi. And the first pitch to Benintendi is a fastball swung on, and it's grounded into left field. Benintendi has beaten the shift. It is fielded by the center fielder in left center field. And he is aboard with a single with 1 out, and that will bring up MJ Melendez to the plate. Lots of hope for Melendez. He is kind of the heir apparent in some ways to Salvador Perez. He's getting the nod as the designated hitter today. Melendez is batting .226 on the campaign. He's got 9 homers and 22 runs batted in. The question with the Royals is who will be left on this ball club come the trade deadline. There's been rumors swirling that Andrew Benintendi is all but gone. Before then, there's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats just past the third base dugout. The count is 0-1 to Melendez. Last year, there were rumors about Whit Merrifield being dealt. Of course, he was connected at one time with the Atlanta Braves. But as far as everybody else in the lineup, really, Nicky Lopez is the only other regular that we would say is in the lineup today. So here comes the pitch from Verlander. It's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count now goes to 0-2 on Melendez. This is our first real look at Melendez live. I've seen some video highlights and different things from this hitter that's at the plate, but never seen him live. He's got a open stance. He hits from the left side. His hands are a little bit on the low side. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is scorched down the right field line, but it is just going to hook foul into the stands just past the netting, and it's going to keep the count at 0-2. The player on deck is Vinny Pasquantino. Also looking forward to seeing him, as he recently got the call up within the last month. We're curious to see what he's all about. He's a prospect that the Royals have been barking about for a bit. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count still stays at 0-2 to Melendez. No balls and 2 strikes to Melendez. He waggles the bat and he gets himself set in the box as Verlander to work. He checks the runner at first. He comes set. Now Verlander throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Benintendi. Benintendi can move pretty good, but he's only got a couple of stolen bases on the season. He does move well, but hasn't been swiping bags for the Royals. There's a breaking ball that misses down. And the count is now 1-2 to Melendez. In fact, it's a rather different team without Raul Mondesi in the lineup. As Mondesi is another player who, obviously out for the year, could steal some bases. Whit Merrifield has 14. Nobody else has got more than 5. That is the shortstop, Nicky Lopez, in today's lineup. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2 to Melendez. Our friend Troy says that the Houston Astros do not miss Carlos Correa, and I agree, not one bit. Jeremy Pena has not skipped a beat, and not only that, they are laughing all the way to the bank for what they're having to pay Pena next to what the Twins shelled out for Carlos Correa. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and Melendez is retired on strikes for the second out of the inning, and that is going to leave it up to the first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. For Pasquantino, he's batting .154 on the season. He's got a homer and an RBI. As we mentioned, since his recall, he's appearing in his 9th game. This will be his 35th plate appearance. He bats from the left side. He's currently 2 for 12 in this series on the getaway game, and there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Welcome to the big leagues. You get to face the Houston Astros and their pitching staff in your 3rd series in the bigs. So here comes the 0-1 offering. Astros staff has got a lot of October stuff. You think of Garcia, you think of Urquidy, Javier, and Verlander leading the way. You don't want to play the Astros in October. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1 to Pasquantino. The umpires for today's ball game, as we work ourselves around the horn, the home plate umpire today is Marvin Hudson. Adrian Johnson is holding down first base. Ryan Blackney is the second base umpire, and Brennan Miller is in the rocking chair at third base as he worked yesterday's ball game. And here's the pitch from Verlander. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now the count is now 2-1 to Pasquantino. So Verlander, it's his sign from Maldonado. And now he comes set at the belt. Here comes the offering. It's a fastball that just catches the outside corner. And the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pasquantino. Verlander toes the rubber, and he's working right from the middle of the rubber as he gets set at the belt. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called third strike. Pasquantino watched that one go by for strike number 3. Verlander, around a single, had struck out the side here in the first inning. The Royals get no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're through a half inning. It is the Kansas City Royals, nothing. The Houston Astros coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We have a Zero Fox Sports in the house. Troy is here. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with all the action in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could be with us here today. And while Steve Rademacher's in the house, we'll give you some more, Steve.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher, and if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day. And there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Chris Bubik on the mound. He is going to be facing the top of the order in Jose Altuve, Alamides Diaz, and Yordan Alvarez. 1, 2, 3 hitters in the Astros order. It is a dangerous group, this Astros team, but as this is a getaway game, it is a bit of a light for both teams. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0 to Altuve. Regulars are not in the lineup for the Astros today. Obviously, the late scratch to Jeremy Pena. Also missing is Kyle Tucker. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is even at 1-1. Sometimes you see that also Yuli Gurriel not in the lineup today. After a night game, players will get the ball game off. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1 to Altuve. The key to Bubik's success is going to be to have to throw strikes, keep the hitters off balance, and get ahead in the count. He has struggled on all of those fronts this year. As we mentioned, he is giving up over a hit an inning. He's given up those 55 hits in 43 and a third innings. He's also walked 26 batters. So he's up near a pace of 2 base runners per inning, and that is a problem as he delivers a fastball that misses up and into Altuve, and the count's 3-1. Altuve had to dance out of the way of that one. So here comes the 3-1 from Bubik. It is a changeup swung on it, is belted right to the third baseman, fielded by Emmanuel Rivera, and he throws to first. And that is going to retire Altuve on a ground-out 5-3. Altuve hit the ball hard, but right to the glove of the third baseman, Rivera. And that is 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Alamides Diaz. So for Diaz on the season, he's hitting .227. He's got 5 homers and 17 runs batted in. Diaz originally began his big career in the St. Louis organization. He takes a fastball upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. He then went to Toronto, and he's been with Houston ever since. The last 4 years, he's found a home and a niche in the Astros organization. And there is a changeup swung on and missed, and the count goes even at 1-1. With the Cardinals, he was an all-star in his rookie year. He finished 5th in rookie of the year balloting. And then the Cardinals jettisoned him off to the Blue Jays. There's a fastball that misses low, and the count now is 2 balls and a strike to Diaz. Originally, he was sent from the Cardinals to the Blue Jays for J.B. Woodman. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes even for 2-2. The Blue Jays then made a trade with the Astros, traded him straight up for Trent Thornton. He's been a bullpen arm with the Blue Jays, but Thornton just got recently sent down. Here comes the 2-2 offering from Bubic. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field, racing back and now backpedaling to make the catch is Kyle Isbell. And that is going to retire Diaz for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the power hitting designated hitter Yordan Alvarez. As we watch the play by Isbell on the replay, he had turned and then he had to reach back and make the catch. So Bubic, the view on him is a lot of relief, as that ball looked like it was destined maybe to hit the ground. The center fielder all turned around. There's a first pitch delivered to Yordan Alvarez, taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. For Alvarez on the season, he is batting .313. He's got 25 homers and 58 runs batted in. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. Yordan Alvarez is in scoring position when he steps into the batter's box. He has got a lot of juice in the stick. So no balls and 2 strikes. Bubic works into the windup. He delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to the right side of the infield. It's fielded by the shortstop Lopez, who throws to first. And that is going to retire Alvarez on the ground out 6-3. So the Astros go quietly in their half of the first inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're through 1 complete. It is the Kansas City Royals nothing, the Houston Astros nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few with the call of the top of the second inning. Here is our friend Dave.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call at the top of the second inning. It is 0-0 Kansas City and Houston. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the order for the Kansas City Royals to face Justin Verlander, and that means it's going to be Emmanuel Rivera, Edward Olivares, and Kyle Isbell to face the veteran right-hander here in the top of the second inning. For Emmanuel Rivera, he is batting .209 on the season. He's got 6 homers and 19 runs batted in. And Verlander rocks into the motion, and he kicks and fires, and it is a breaking ball that is down. The home plate umpire, Marvin Hudson, said that Rivera has offered, and the count is now 0-1. Rivera, this is going to be his 49th game of the season. He has struggled this year against right-handed pitching. He's only batting .189. Verlander gets the sign from his catcher Maldonado, and he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. Verlander, with those 3 strikeouts in the first inning, has now pushed him to 93 on the season. One would think that the Royals are ripe for a 10 punch-out performance by Verlander to push him over 100. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. Verlander, of course, was acquired by the Astros in a trade that sent 3 players going to the Detroit Tigers. It was Daz Cameron, Jake Rogers, and Franklin Perez. And here's the pitch from Verlander. It's a fastball swung on, and this ball is lined into right field. It's going to be a base hit, as Rivera has got himself a leadoff single here in the second inning. That will bring up the right fielder, Edward Olivares. The trade, as it has turned out, is becoming an absolute fleecing for the Houston Astros. And I say fleecing as Franklin Perez never got to the big leagues with the Tigers. He ended up with a shoulder injury. The Tigers DFA'd him. They re-signed him. He's languishing down in the low minors. Daz Cameron has been a bit of a yo-yo player right now between AAA and the big league club. He's shown flashes of greatness. There's a fastball delivered to Olivares that's fouled away, and the count is 0-1. And Jake Rogers, the catcher for the Tigers, defensively pretty good catcher, but he ended up Tommy Johning, and he's going to miss the entire 2022 season. They don't expect him back until sometime next year. So the trade has been an absolute letdown for Detroit. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be hit into center field. It's going to get down. Digging around second and heading for third is the base runner, Rivera. The ball's cut off, and they throw into second, and it is not in time as Olivares has slid in. We're going to see if they're going to rule that as a single with the throw going to third, or if they're going to actually credit Olivares with a double. But he came running hard out of the box, and he is able to make his way into second base. So they've got runners in scoring position. That is going to go down as a single. The official score has that he will advance to second on the throw. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Kyle Isbell. For Isbell on the season, he's batting .223. He's got a couple of homers and 10 runs batted in. Verlander holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So Verlander in some early trouble here in the second inning with back-to-back hits by Rivera and Olivares. So Isabel waiting on the offering as Verlander checks the runner at second base, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1 strike. Kind of makes me wonder why Verlander would have that long pause and stare back at second base, especially with the third base occupied. There's really nowhere he can go, and one would have to think that base hit to the outfield here was got a potential to score both runners. There's a fastball swung on and missed as Isabel swung through the 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And the count is now 1-2. Our friend Troy jumps in. He says, thanks, Avila. Of course, he's commenting on the trade for Verlander. He says, I would have rather had him walk as a free agent knowing how badly we got fleeced. Absolutely. The Tigers got absolutely robbed. And there's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Isabel stood there and watched that one go by for strike number 3, and he is retired for the first out of the inning. So all 4 outs in this one have been retired via the strikeout by Verlander. And that is going to bring up Nicky Lopez, the shortstop. For Lopez, he's batting .229 on the season. He's got no homers and 8 RBIs. Lopez is another strikeout potential candidate, as he has on the campaign this year, he has struck out 34 times. He does generally put the ball in play, but he is what we would call somebody who is a more punch and Judy type hitter. There's a breaking ball that misses down. It's a good block by the catcher, Maldonado. Keep that ball in front. 1 ball and no strikes to Lopez. He digs himself in the batter's box. And now he's waiting on the offering from Verlander. The infield is back. The first baseman and the third baseman, Bregman is even with the bag at third. The first baseman, Machevich, is a little bit deeper, and there's a fastball that is taken, and Maldonado throws down to third base, and he's able to pick off Emmanuel Rivera. I don't know what Rivera was doing, He wandered off the base far too far, and it was an easy pickoff. It wasn't even close. Lopez had squared the bunt, and the ball came down to third base. Rivera got himself in trouble. He didn't even get back to the base. Looked like it was going to be a safety squeeze for Lopez. Lopez pulled the bat back, and the base runner, Rivera, is out by about 5 steps, returning to third. So he's picked off 2-5 for out number 2. There's a breaking ball that is swung on. It is singled into center field. Rounding second and heading home is going to be Olivares, and he is going to score the first run of the ball game on a single by Nicky Lopez. So the Royals are going to be lamenting themselves for that mistake. You can't let a guy like Justin Verlander off the hook that easily. A base hit there would have scored 2, but the base running shenanigans by Emmanuel Rivera have got them into some trouble there. They only got 1 run on the base hit by Lopez. It's going to bring up the catcher, Cam Gallagher, with 2 out. Gallagher takes the first pitch fastball upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So some base running shenanigans here in the inning, unreal. Our friend Troy says the only hope is that Rogers can be our starting catcher in the future. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left center field. Coming hard on the play is the center fielder, Myers. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Royals in their half of the second inning. Well, they get a run. It probably should have been 2, as they had the runner, Rivera, picked off at third base. They got 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 1.5. It is the Kansas City Royals 1, the Houston Astros nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. The call at the bottom of the second inning. We're glad you guys could be here. Here's our friend Matt.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
That's right, everybody. After the game, be sure to go check out another Hollis Build. He's a supporter of our channel, and in turn, we like to support Matt. We'll be back in 30 seconds with a call at the bottom of the second inning. The Kansas City Royals have a 1-0 lead over the Houston Astros. Hold tight, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the second inning. It is going to be the heart of the Houston batting order coming up for the Astros. It'll be Alec Bregman, Jack Myers, and J.J. Medchevich coming to the plate. And Alec Bregman is leading it off. He's batting .242 on the season. He's got 10 homers and 42 runs batted in. Bregman is what I would say is struggled the last couple of years. It'll be interesting to keep our eyes on him, as Bregman had really broken into the big leagues with a couple of back-to-back All-Star seasons in 2018 and 19. In 2020, he hit .242 in that shortened season. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Bregman. Last year, he yanked his average back up to .270. He had limited power in the 91 games that he played, as he had missed some action. And here comes the offering from Bubic. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and now the count is 0-2. But Bregman this year, his power numbers are there, not quite where they were in 2019. I would anticipate that he's going to hit between 20 and 25, well off the 41 homers that he hit back in the 2019 season. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Bregman is gone on strikes for the first out of the inning. One up and one away, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Jake Myers. For Myers, he's batting 300 on the season. He's got a homer and 10 runs batted in. Myers getting the start in center field today as he comes up to face Bubic for the first time. Bubic rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. It's almost, you have to wonder who is who today, as Justin Verlander has been touched for 4 hits already in his 2 innings of work, and Chris Bubic has retired the first 4 batters he has faced, making it look easy. And here comes the offering from the left-hander, and there's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-1. Bubic is working from the third base side of the rubber against the right-handed batting Jake Myers. We were talking about that a little the other day as we said about Francisco Liriano, the former pitcher with the Twins, the Blue Jays, and the Pirates. There's a changeup swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-2. He used to change his location on the pitching rubber, batter to batter, pitch to pitch. It was really entertaining to see him watch and how he used it. A lot of guys will set up on a particular spot and stay there for the most part. So Bubic rocks into motion and delivers. It's a changeup that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-2 to Myers. And the reason they'll do that is to be able to create angles on the pitches. So if you've got a left-handed pitcher pitching here against a right-handed batter, it gives him more of an, not say an advantage, but it gives him more of an angle that he's setting up on the inside part. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into left field. It's going to be a single. It is picked up by the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi, and he fires it back in. So Myers is aboard with a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, J.J. Matievich. For Matievich on the season, he is batting 200. He's got a couple homers and 3 RBIs. He gets the start today for Uliski Gurriel. So the runner at first is Myers. And here comes the first offering from Bubic. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Now that we have a lefty, as I said, it'll be interesting to see where Bubic sets up here. If he is working his way across the rubber or if he stays on the third base side. And there's no change. He likes to work on the third base side as he comes set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to short. The shortstop Lopez takes it himself. He touches the bag. He throws to first. And that is going to be an ending double play. It's going to go down 6-3. It'll be 2 for the price of 1 as Myers is retired at second and Matievich is gone at first. And that will do it here for the Astros in their half of the second inning. There was no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and there was nobody left the board. We're now through 2 complete. It is the Kansas City Royals 1, the Houston Astros. Nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the third in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys are hanging with us today. It is a beautiful day for baseball as we are moving to inning number 3. Here's our friend Steve again. Take it away, Steve.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything So we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support of our channel that you give us. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. After the game, be sure to go check him out. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call of the top of the third inning. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. It is Whit Merrifield, Andrew Benintendi, and MJ Melendez to face the right-hander Verlander. And the first pitch was a breaking ball that missed inside, and there is a ground ball hit to the shortstop, Murchie Dubon, and he bobbles it. And that is going to be an error charged to Dubon, as Whit Merrifield is going to be aboard to lead off the third inning. It's going to go down as an E6 if you're keeping score at home, as Merrifield is now the runner at first base. So Merrifield is to first, and it'll be Andrew Benintendi. He got things going in the first inning with the first hit of the ball game. Benintendi batting .316 on the season. He's got 3 homers and 33 runs batted in. As we said, he is a lot of speculation around this player between now and the trade deadline. The first pitch is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. One of the teams that is the head of the class in terms of speculation is the New York Yankees. The Yankees, with anybody and everybody that can upgrade their group, would be something there. Benintendi would be a player that would help them, I would think, overall. He runs a lot better than most of those Yankee outfielders. Although Joey Gallo can move pretty good for a big fella. I think the other piece is the Yankees would want to look and offload Gallo and his contract. The right fielder, Aaron Judge, he would be obviously an upgrade to defensively, but Judge I don't think is going anywhere in terms of positional play because they've got Giancarlo Stanton plugging up the DH spot. As that fastball is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-1 on Benintendi. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Merrifield is a threat to run at first. He's got 14 stolen bases on the year. It's a little bit down for Merrifield. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is tapped up the middle. It is fielded by the shortstop, Dubon. He came across the bag at second base. He'd already gone too far. And so Merrifield did a wonderful job. He came to a stop and forced Dubon to have to come and get him. He didn't run into the tag, and then that allowed Benintendi to reach first base safely. It'll be a fielder's choice to 6. Dubon's really only play was to tag Merrifield. He ended up dropping the ball, but that was on the transfer. So that is the first out of the inning as Merrifield is erased. You'd rather have Benintendi running the bases than you would Merrifield, as Merrifield can pick up the extra bases as such. There's a first pitch breaking ball that is delivered, and it's taken for a ball. Ball 1. The count is 1-0 to MJ Melendez. Verlander sure didn't agree with the call from Marvin Hudson as he paused and gave him a long stare. He thought that breaking ball caught the outside corner. There's a breaking ball delivered, and that is taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. Melendez was one of the strikeout victims back in the first inning. He is 4 so far today for Justin Verlander. Verlander leans in from Maldonado. He gets the sign, and now he comes set at the belt. He kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to MJ Melendez. Verlander holding set at the belt and delivers another breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 3-1 I will say this, that Verlander seems very much in love with his breaking balls here against the Royals in the first 3 innings. I would have been a little bit more surprised. I would have thought he would have went maybe and attacked the hitters a little bit better. This is the 4th game of the series between these clubs. This is also the getaway day. Kansas City won the game last night 7-4. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and that is going to put Melendez on with a base on balls. It's going to advance Benintendi to second, so they've got runners at first and second with 1 out. It's going to bring Vinny Pasquantino to the plate. Last night's ball game, the Astros dropped that one 7-4 to the Royals as Keller picked up the win, his 4th of the year for Kansas City. Christian Javier took the loss. Javier's had a pretty good last couple of weeks. Got the start and went 7 innings in the no-hitter of the New York Yankees. There's a first pitch fastball that misses outside to Pasquantino for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. And he followed that up with a 14 strikeout performance in his next start. So 1 ball and no strikes to Pasquantino. And there is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left center field. Moving over underneath it is Myers. He's going to make the catch. Tagging at second is Benintendi. The throw is going to go into second, and also tagging on the play is Melendez, and he slides in safely. So the Royals advance both the base runners on the fly ball out by Pasquantino. Puts 2 runners in scoring position with 2 away, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Emmanuel Rivera. For Rivera on the afternoon, he singled his first time up, but he was picked off third base. As it looked like they were trying a safety squeeze, he got a little too far down the line, and Maldonado came up and hosed him at third base. It wasn't even close. Tagged out about 5 steps away from the bag by Alex Bregman. So the runners are at second and third. There is 2 gone here in the top of the 3rd inning, and here's the offering from Verlander. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Rivera bats from the right side. As we said in his first at bat, he was struggling against right-handers this year, batting below 200. There's another breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. We said there's a lot of young players in the Royals lineup this season. As we said, also some journeymen in the lineup. This is the 2nd year that Rivera has been with the big club. Appeared in 29 games back in the 2021 season. And here's the pitch from Verlander. It's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. And now the count goes to 1-2. We look at some of the players. Edward Olivares, who bats next. Another player that's bounced around a little bit. Kyle Isbell, he made his major league debut last year. As we say, there's a number of players in the timers, or what we would call journeymen. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined to the shortstop. Dubon crawls up the ladder to make the catch, and that is going to do it. As Rivera is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. He hit the ball right on the screws, but right to the shortstop, Dubon. Leapt and make the catch. So in the inning, there were no runs in the inning, no hits. There were no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 2.5 innings. It is the Kansas City Royals 1, the Houston Astros nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be at the call at the bottom of the 3rd inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys could make it in here with us today. Here's our friend Steve again.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching The Last Raps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. Check him out after the game, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Houston batting order to face Kris Bubic. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down to Mauricio Dubon for ball one. Mauricio Dubon, Chas McCormick, and Martin Maldonado, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the order, to face the left-hander Bubic. Bubic ready to rock and roll as he rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Afternoon baseball from Minute Maid Park in Houston as the Astros are taking on the Royals. This is the final game of the 4-game set. As we said, the Astros took the first 2. The Royals won last night. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-0. The key, as we said, for Bubic today is to get in the head in the count, throw strikes. And he has done that for the most part here in the first 2 innings of work. Only 23 pitches for Bubic through the first couple innings. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. It'll give the Royals at least a chance to be able to win with those type of efforts. The bullpen for the Royals, we would say this year has been taxed as they've had to make trips earlier to the pen. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 3-2. That pitch looked like it was a little bit inside. Dubon was already on his way to first base, but Marvin Hudson went up with the right hand and called him back. If we're looking at the computer digital umpires, the umpire would have probably called him out on that one. There's a fastball swung on. It's fouled away over on the first base side. It's going to hit the netting just beyond the first base bag, and it keeps the count at 3-2 on Dubon. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bubic getting his sign from his catcher. Now he's ready to go back to work, and it is a fastball that misses down and away. And Dubon is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 3rd inning, and that will bring up the right fielder, Chas McCormick. For McCormick on the season, he's batting .229. He's got 8 homers and 19 runs batted in. Just as we said, for the Royals giving a number of regulars a day off today, so too are the Astros giving a couple of their regulars day off, in particular Kyle Tucker. He's getting the rest after the night game, as is Yuliski Gurriel. So the runner at first is Dubon, and here comes McCormick to the plate. And the first pitch from Bubic is a changeup that is swung on and missed. And the count is quickly 0-1. Just a couple of programming notes. We are going to be doing a doubleheader today. The second game that we'll call is going to be at 6:40 Eastern time. Or check that, 6:40 Pacific, 9:40 Eastern time. That'll be between the San Francisco Giants and the San Diego Padres. So hopefully you can bounce back in and join us for that one. There's a fastball swung on. It is hit on one hop over to short. Lopez over to second for one. Back to first. It is a Kansas City Royal double play. McCormick grounds into the double play 6-4-3 as he is retired. Dubon is erased. And that is going to leave it up to the catcher, Martin Maldonado. So Maldonado steps to the plate. He's hitting 147 on the season. He has struggled at the dish this year. His defensive play has been solid as advertised. And here comes the offering to Maldonado. It's a break for ball one. Is 1-0. So the starter Bubic has been a beneficiary of a couple double plays. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count of 2-0 to Maldonado. Sometimes there's things that stand out for you in people's careers. The one thing that stood out for me in Maldonado's career, when he was with the Milwaukee Brewers, they were in a bench brawl, and I can't remember who they were brawling. There's a fastball that looks like it carves the plate in half, but that is taken for ball 3, and the count is now 3-0 to Maldonado. There was a bench brawl, and I remember Martin Maldonado had dropped somebody with one punch, and it was a knockout punch. There's a fastball that is taken for ball 4, and Maldonado has drawn himself a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring the top of the order, Jose Altuve, to the plate. But Maldonado is a big fella. They list him at 6 foot, 230 pounds. He looks a little bit bigger than that. 230, there's no exaggeration about that, but he looks like he's bigger in terms of his size, height. And he absolutely dropped somebody in that brawl. So Maldonado is the runner at first, and Jose Altuve comes to the plate. For Altuve, today he is 0 for 1. He grounded out to third base his first time up. So the left-hander Bubic now working from the stretch. He comes set at the belt, and he delivers a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. We thought about doing the Cubs and the Dodgers late night, but instead we decided to go with the Giants and the Padres. It's a battle of the 2-3 teams. Probably more what I would say, probably more what I would consider. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1 to Altuve. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Altuve. Bubic ready to go back to work. He comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. And the count is now 2-1. Jose Altuve, outside of Houston, has generally been public enemy number 1 for a lot of the Bluebirds and opposition fans. They have been relentless toward him after the trash can gate or buzzer gate. There's a fastball that misses low, and the count is now 3-1 on Altuve. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is. Bubic holds set at the belt. Now he's ready to offer the 3-1. It is a fastball that just misses up high. It is back-to-back walks by the lefty, and that is going to bring up Alamides Diaz. This has been the problem with Bubic this year. He's walking too many hitters. This is already the 3rd walk of the inning. He had a benefit from the Chas McCormick double play to erase the first 2, but now he's got himself into a bit of a pickle here. As the runner at second is Maldonado, the runner at first is Altuve, and that brings up Alamides Diaz to the plate. So Bubic creating trouble for himself. It's always difficult when you can't defend a walk. The Royals pitching coach is on the mound, and he's got a full-on conference with his defense there. Cam Gallagher is giving his words of advice to the left-hander Bubic. And we're about ready to get back to this one here as the conference has been broken up. And here we go. We're back at it now. The lefty, Bubic, holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike. And the count is 0-1 to Diaz. Diaz today flew up to center field his first time up. He is 0 for 1 on the afternoon. They do have the defense shifted. 3 fielders over to the left side for Diaz. And here comes the pitch. It is a changeup that misses down and in. The count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It is a beautiful day for baseball. The roof is closed in Houston. It's 73 degrees. Perfect temperatures and playing conditions. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And now the count goes to 1-2 on Diaz. So the left-hander Bubic looking to shut down the Astros here in their half of the third. With 2 on and 2 out, here comes the offering to Diaz. It's a fastball swung on it. It is on the fists, and it's just looped to the right of first base. Pasquantino picks it up in foul territory. We're going to have to do that 1-2 pitch all over again. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Diaz. So the right-hander Diaz waiting on the offering from the left-hander Bubic. Now Bubic steps off the rubber, and he's going to want to go through the signs again with the catcher Gallagher. Gallagher using the buzzer system, and he's now going to deliver the pitch, is Bubic. And here's the offering. It is a changeup swung on and missed. And Diaz has gone down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. A bit of a rough inning there for Bubic as he walked 3 batters. But the benefit of a double play ball and a strikeout to end the inning has got him out of that jam. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. Now through 3 complete in Houston, it is the Kansas City Royals 1, the Houston Astros nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 4th inning after this. Glad you guys are with us here this afternoon. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher once again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We'll be back in just a few with the call at the top of the 4th inning. We're glad you guys could be here. 1-0 for the Royals. Hold tight, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to face Justin Verlander here in the fourth inning. For Verlander, the first pitch that was offered to Edward Olivares was a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Olivares today is 1 for 1. He singled in the second and came around to score the only run of the ball game so far for the Royals. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. Olivares, Isabel, and Lopez here to face the right-hander Verlander in the fourth inning. Verlander rocks into the motion, delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It is down, and it gets by the center fielder, Myers, and it gets by McCormick. And digging around second and heading to third is going to be Olivares. It is definitely one error. Is it going to be two? I'm not sure yet. That ball got right through Myers like Swiss cheese, but it also got by McCormick. So it's definitely going to be a single. We're going to have to see how the scorer is going to view this one. Right through the legs of both of the outfielders, through Myers and through McCormick, as it goes all the way to the wall. And the Royals have a runner at third base with nobody out. You got to credit Olivares. He was running hard out of the box. He paused as he rounded first base, and as soon as the ball got through the first fielder, he put on the Jets, and then the ball went through the second fielder. And that is exactly what's happened. So we're going to get a confirmation on the error. It is an error charged to Jake Myers. So that is going to be a E8. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs for ball one, and the count is 1-0. Have to see where maybe why they didn't apply the second one. It could have easily been one to each of the outfielders. It's the second error of the ball game committed by the Astros today. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep right field. Moving back onto the warning track and making the catch is McCormick. Tagging at third is Olivares, and the Royals are going to jump out here now to a 2-0 lead, as that is a sacrifice fly for out number 2. Olivares is going to score the second run, and also for the second time today, he has scored a run, and that will bring up the shortstop, Nicky Lopez. For Lopez on the season, he's got his average up to 232. He singled and drove in a run his first time up. And the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. You know, one would have thought a couple of years ago that Nicky Lopez would have been a marginal player at best, and he's pushed his way into the starting lineup. You got to think Whit Merrifield was kind of penciled in as the second baseman. The shortstop was Raul Mondesi Jr., or Adalberto Mondesi as he goes by now. There's a fastball that is swung on. This ball is hit past the diving second baseman Altuve. It's off his glove, and it's going to get into center field. It'll be picked up by Myers, and with one out, Lopez has himself a base hit. That's going to bring up the catcher, Cam Gallagher. So Lopez aboard with a single. Gallagher is stepping to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. He flew out to the center fielder his first time up. He steps in batting from the right side against the right-hander Verlander, who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Verlander has had some shoddy defense behind him today. He started out with 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings, and he hasn't retired anybody else by a strikeout yet. As he flips it over to first base, and diving back is the base runner Lopez. Verlander ready to go back to work as he straddles the rubber. He leans in and gets the sign from Maldonado. Before this game started, you would think that the pitching matchup was in favor of the Astros. The lineup that both teams rolled out was in favor of the Astros. So far through the first 3+ innings, the Kansas City Royals have the edge on the scoreboard 2-0. So Verlander leans in. He gets his sign from the catcher Maldonado. He comes set at the belt. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is fouled into the lead leg of Gallagher. The runner, Lopez, was running on the pitch. It's going to run the count now to 1-2 to Gallagher. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the right-handed hitting catcher. He is a double play candidate. Gallagher does not particularly run well. And here's the offering from Verlander. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called third strike. Gallagher stood there and watched that one drop across the plate for out number 2, and that will bring up the top of the order, Whit Merrifield. For Merrifield today, he is 0 for 2. He reached base on an error his last time up, and he struck out back in the first. His average has dipped to 238. Merrifield starts off against the righty Verlander by choking up. And Verlander throws over to first base and again getting back as the runner, Nicky Lopez. This is a spot where Nicky Lopez could be on the move. If Lopez gets to second base, you've got the top of the order to bang you around. There's a breaking ball swung out and fouled away. If he gets caught stealing, you've got the top of the order coming up next inning to set the table for the heart of the batting order. So we'll see what happens here if Lopez is on the move. They are playing pretty much straight away in the infield to Merrifield. The outfield is in no doubles depth. And here comes the offering from Verlander. It's a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that misses off the outside corner. The count goes even to 1-1. We said at the top of the stream that, in our opinion, Justin Verlander is a surefire Hall of Famer. 236 career wins, 130 misses. He's ratcheting up the strikeouts as well. He entered today's games with 30,103. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. With the 5 that he has on the ball game today, it's taking him to 31.08. We figured today would be a easy day to go 10 or more. He's going to have to pick up the pace if he wants to do that. Here's the offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down to Merrifield, and the count goes even to 2-2. 4 strikeouts in the first inning and 2/3. And then after that, it's been kind of silence until Cam Gallagher struck out here looking just before Merrifield came to bat. And here comes the pitch from Verlander. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Merrifield is down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it for the Royals here in their half of the 4th inning. But there's more damage done. There was a run in the inning. There were 2 hits. There was an error and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 3.5. It is the Kansas City Royals 2, the Houston Astros nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The bottom of the 4th inning when we return. Thanks for being with us here today. We really appreciate you all for being here. Would you like to support Last Drafts Baseball? We would appreciate it if you did. Be sure to check out our eBay page where we have baseball merchandise. We also have stuff from the Japanese League for those who listen from Japan, but we also do other sports like football and basketball as well. Don't forget, visit Last Drafts Baseball's eBay store to help support the channel. We'll be glad you did.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Drafts Baseball. This is Dave's Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Draft sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Appreciate you, Dave, and the support you have of our channel. Be sure to check out Dave at Zero Fox. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. Bottom of the 4th inning. Hang tight, everybody. Glad you're with us. Welcome back, everybody. It is the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the Houston batting order. And that means it is going to be Yordan Alvarez, Alec Bregman, and Jake Myers. And the first pitch to Alvarez is a breaking ball that misses outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. I would think that Bubic is going to get through this inning. This will be the big test for him right here and now. Here comes the 1-0 offering. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 1-1. If you can get through this inning and can take care of the Houston hitters in the fifth, I would think they would probably want to get him out of there to build on some of this momentum and success he's had today. Only 46 pitches through the first 3 innings. Very economical for the lefty. There is a fastball swung on and missed by Alvarez, and the count goes to 1-2. Alvarez having himself an MVP-type season with 25 homers and 58 runs batted in to go with his .311 batting average. One would have to think that Alvarez will be in that conversation, not just this year, but for years to come. He has that type of ability. He has been playing some left field for the Astros this year, although today he's the designated hitter. There's a fastball that he swings through and misses on, and that is going to retire him on strikes for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the third baseman, Alec Bregman. When you think of Alvarez, the production that he has, he is going to be something that you behold in that middle part of the batting order. He has inked intentionally. Astros, we just wrap it with him a little bit, is making this year what we would call almost the bare minimum, $764,000. And there's a fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Bregman. Bregman batting from the right side. He's 0 for 1 today. He struck out his first time against Bubic. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. Just to go back to Alvarez there for a little bit. After this season, he is going to be making $7.8 million. That it is a unreal exponential increase. He's going to go to 10.8, then 15.8, and 26.8 for the final 3 years of his deal. The Astros have him locked up until he's 31 years old, but he's getting a hometown discount right now. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. And Alec Bregman does not like the call from Marvin Hudson. He stands there and lets him know, as he has gone down for the second time today on strikes. That is going to bring up the center fielder, Jake Myers. We were talking in the stream yesterday about very few players that walk more than they strike out. Well, Alec Bregman is on that list. He does not strike out very often. As 40 walks, and with today's 2 strikeouts, he's at 47 strikeouts. So very good plate discipline. There's a first pitch fastball delivered to Jake Myers. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Myers singled in the second inning, raising his season average to .317. Here's the offering from the lefty Bubic. It is a changeup that misses down, and the count is 1-1. For Bubic, that was his 4th strikeout of the ball game as he retired Bregman. As we said, if he can get through this inning here, he's got the lower part of the batting order. It's looking like a quality start is on the horizon for Bubic. There is a changeup swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. He's really done a good job of being able to keep the Astros hitters off balance. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're going to have a pile of games coming up here in the next few days, so hopefully you can bounce back in and join us again. There's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. It sure looked like it could have been strike 3. Myers gets the call that time. Bubic does not. As we mentioned, later on today, it'll do the Giants and the Padres. That's going to come at 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 Pacific. There's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 3-2. So hopefully some of our East Coast audience will be home from work and get a chance to listen to the West Coast game for a bit. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bubic ready to go back to work here against Myers. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It's a changeup that misses inside. And Myers has drawn himself a 2-out walk, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, J.J. Matjevich. It is spelled Matijvecc. They say the phonetic pronunciation is Matashevich. We hope we're saying it correctly. It's a bit of a tongue twister for us, but not for the first baseman himself. He is batting .192 on the season. He's got a couple of homers and 3 RBIs. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. For the first baseman, Matashevich is in his rookie season. It's his 14th game. And he pitches a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is now 2-0. He originally was drafted out of high school by the Boston Red Sox in the 22nd round of the 2014 draft, but then he was redrafted out of the University of Arizona in the second round of the 2017 draft. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-1. That ball gets behind the seats behind third base. So 2 balls and one strike to Matashevich. In the minor leagues, flashed some power in recent years. Offering from Bubic, it's a fastball taken for called strike 2. You can tell it's a rough day for Marvin Hudson behind the plate because he just punched the hitter out. But that is only strike 2. Hudson has missed the count. I get a kick out of that. You don't see that all that often, but even he didn't have the count. He rang him up for strike 2. I'm sure he's going to get the ribbing for that from both teams. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 3-2. I had to do a double take at our end to see exactly what the count was as Marvin Hudson was ringing him up. So Marvin Hudson does flash 3-2. The runner Myers will be on the move when Bubic goes towards the plate. Here comes the 3-2 offering. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. It's back-to-back walks here in the 4th inning, as Bubic is starting to lose command of his pitches again. That is now the 5th walk issued on the ball game by the Royals left-hander. That is going to bring up the shortstop, Mauricio Dubon. Originally, Dubon was supposed to start in left field. When Jeremy Pena was scratched, he got the nod to go into shortstop. So Dubon today officially does not have it at bat. He has walked his only time up. And here's the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the first base side, and it is just going to get into the camera well, out of the reach of the Royals first baseman, Pasquitano. So no balls and 1 strike it is to Dubon. The sideline reporter for the Houston team had to dodge and get out of the way of that foul ball. Somebody ought to get her a glove or maybe even a helmet when she's in that situation down there. Got to avoid that ball. It comes in a hurry. Here comes the pitch. It is a fastball. This is swung on and popped up. This is a little further down the first base line. It's going to reach the seats. The reporter definitely had a bird's eye view of that foul ball. So no balls and 2 strikes to Dubon. The runner at first is Shevik. It is Myers, the runner at second. There's 2 gone here in the 4th inning, and it's a no ball and 2 strikes count to Dubon. And here comes the pitch from Bubic. It is a fastball swung on again, lifted foul down the right field line, and it keeps the count at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Zero Fox says that was a pretty awesome strike, too. Possibly it was. Marvin Hudson ringing him up. As he said, he was pulling the chain and stepping back, and I had to do the double take. Thought maybe I'd made a mistake and missed something. The scoreboard maybe missed something. And this time, ourself and the scoreboard, we were right on song. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined down the right field line, and it is just going to go foul. Had that ball dropped in fair, that would have probably been extra bases for Dubon and probably for sure 1 run and maybe even 2. Said it's just going to be a strike. That ball there just sliced. It landed foul by about 7 or 8 inches. So no balls and 2 strikes still to Dubon. So lefty Bubic comes set at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Dubon has gone down strikes. So Bubic strikes out the side despite allowing a couple of walks. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 4 complete innings in Houston. It is the Royals 2, the Astros nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 5th inning in just a couple moments. We're glad you guys are with us here today. Hang tight. Here is our friend Dave again.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Fox Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Thanks a lot, everybody. Well, we're going to give you a little bit of our Japanese flavor. It is Japanese cheerleader time here in the 5th inning. This is what we do late night on the weekends when we do the Japanese games. So check them out. Be sure to check us out when we're calling games out of the NPB. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to face Justin Verlander here in the top of the 5th inning. Verlander ready to go to work as he kicks and delivers a first pitch fastball that misses outside to Benintendi for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Benintendi is 1 for 2 today. He has reached base both times he's been up. He has singled and bounced into a fielder's choice. And here comes the offering from Verlander, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 1-1. They talk about sometimes the players that are playing in the big leagues that have to come back after a night game. They sometimes will struggle when they play the day game after a night game. Well, Marvin Hudson has been a little bit challenged with his balls and strike calls, as we said, and then punched out or wanted to punch out the player Myers with 2 strikes. There's a breaking ball that drops in, and the count is now 1-2. So even umpires, too, have their off days. Unfortunately for them, they don't get the day off after a night game. You got to go right back to work. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and it's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. And Benintendi has gone on strikes. That is the 6th strikeout in the books for Justin Verlander today. And check that. That's actually the 7th strikeout in the books. He has gone for out number 1, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, MJ Melendez. Be curious to see what type of leash that they have Verlander on today. I would think he's probably good for 100 to 110 pitches, as long as he can stay economical. He's at pitch number 70 now through the first out of the 5th inning. There's the first pitch fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Verlander asks for a new baseball, and he's going to get it and rub it up. And now he's ready to go back to work. Verlander gets his sign from his catcher, Maldonado. Here comes the 1 ball, no strike offering to Melendez. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. Melendez today is officially 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. He walked and was stranded at second back in the 3rd inning. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Verlander holds at the chest, and now he rocks into the windup, and he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Verlander holds at the chest. And now he's ready to rock, and there's a breaking ball that misses down. However, the home plate umpire, Marvin Hudson, says that Melendez has went. He didn't hold it up. We're going to get a look at that one, but that's going to run the count to 2-2. We're going to take a look at it, and Melendez, well, pitch was definitely down, but Melendez, I think when you see the replay, he's going to lose that argument. That pitch did look like it was, even though the pitch was down, it looked like that Melendez did not hold up. So here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is a fastball swung on its line right back off of Verlander. Verlander races off the mound. He picks it up and underhands it over to first base. And that is going to retire Melendez. It's going to go down as a ground out 1-3 for out number 2. So the right-hander Verlander, he took that one right off the side of the right leg between the knee and the ankle. Wasn't on the shin. It was sort of where the calf was. So we'll keep an eye here. I wonder if he's going to get a visit. Melendez, who was racing down the line, heading to first base, he was actually running in fair territory. He was running outside of the box, almost collided with the first baseman. So here comes the first baseman for the Royals, Vinny Pasquantino. The first pitch is a breaking ball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. For Pasquantino today, he is 0 for 2. He is struck out looking and flown to center field. So Verlander rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Pasquantino gets himself dug in, ready on the offering from the right-hander, Justin Verlander, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on that is fouled into the netting down the first base line, and the count is now 1-2. There is one other game on our out-of-town scoreboard we're keeping an eye on. It is the first of a doubleheader in Cincinnati. The Pittsburgh Pirates have a 3-1 lead over the Reds. That's going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Verlander shakes off the sign from his catcher, Maldonado. And now he rocks into the motion. He kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Pascatano is gone out on strikes for the third out of the inning, second time today. And that will do it as the Royals go 1-2-3. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 4.5. It is the Royals 2, the Astros nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back for the bottom of the fifth after this. And we're glad you guys could be here with us. Maybe this will wake y'all up a little bit. A little bit of the Cherokee Shuffle.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the fifth inning. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here for the Astros and their half of the fifth inning. It'll be Chas McCormick, Martin Maldonado, and Jose Altuve to face the left-hander Kris Bubic. Bubic has been able to keep the Astros off balance today, as he's allowed only 1 hit through the first 4 innings. There have been a number of Astro base runners as Bubic has struggled to command his pitches. He has walked 5 in the first 4 innings. So Bubic is on the hill, and the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to short. It is fielded by Lopez. He throws to the first baseman, and diving into the bag is McCormick, but it's not going to be in time as the ball, or he's not going to be in time as the ball is going to retire him for the first out of the inning. I'm not so sure that had he actually stayed with it. Great play by Lopez, moving to his left, diving to be able to get it. If McCormick maybe had run through the base, he might have been able to get there all the way, but that is the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Martin Maldonado. So 1 pitch and 1 away. Maldonado steps to the plate. Maldonado on the afternoon does not have an official at bat. He's got 1 plate appearance. He walked his first time up. The first pitch is a fastball. It's taken right down the middle for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Bubic could have pitched this way all year, minus maybe the walks. Be absolutely fantastic. He has been absolutely electric against the Astros this year. He's been 9 1/3 innings where he hasn't allowed a run. There's a changeup that has swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2 to Maldonado. It's funny how that is sometimes, that pitchers will have their number against certain teams. So Bubic rocks into the motion and he delivers. There's a fastball that misses on the outside corner, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Maldonado. Waggling the bat is the hitter Maldonado, and he waits on the offering, and it's a changeup that misses low, and now the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we said earlier, we are going to be back on the airwaves again tonight with the Padres and the Giants. Some West Coast baseball, so hopefully you can join us. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. That is going to be Logan Webb against Joe Musgrove, but it'll be a battle of 2 quality arms that both of the teams can roll out. Musgrove is having a fine season for the San Diego Padres. Logan Webb also having a decent year for the Giants. There is a changeup that is swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line. It's in the corner. It's going to be extra bases. Going in after it is Benintendi. He picks it up and fires it in, cruising into second base with a double is Maldonado, and that is going to bring up the top of the order in Jose Altuve. You could just see this coming. He left that pitch right out over the plate, and Maldonado made no mistake as he turns on that pitch and spanks a double down the left field line. Ball gets into the corner. Benintendi went in to dig it out. Now it is the top of the order with Altuve coming to bat with one out here in the fifth inning. Altuve today is 0 for 1 against Bubic. He's also drawn himself a walk. So Altuve digs in, ready to face the first offering from the left-hander, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field. Going back and looking up is Benintendi, and this ball is gone. A home run for Altuve. And just like that, the Astros have tied it up at 2s here in the fifth inning. It was only a matter of time. You could just see it with Bubic. He was just hanging on. He really needed in that last inning to be able to retire either Myers or Michevich, the two that he walked. And that ended up forcing the inning a little bit longer. Maldonado and Altuve make him pay with a single or with a double and a home run on back-to-back pitches. And that is going to make the game all square at 2. It'll bring up Alamides Diaz to the plate. So Altuve getting high fives in the dugout, including from the starter Justin Verlander. So 2-2 is the score in the bottom of the fifth here. Here comes the offering from Bubic. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So the Royals lefty basically on 2 pitches as this game turned over on its side. There's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-1. He was a benefit of some good defense early in the ball game, but he's just failing to locate and hit his spots right now. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1 to Diaz. Altuve was really able to just turn on that pitch. There's a fastball swung on it. It's tapped over to third. It is fielded neatly by the third baseman, Rivera. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Diaz, and they ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. For Alvarez, he is 0 for 2 on the ball game. He has grounded out to the shortstop, and he has struck out his 2 trips to the plate. So Alvarez's batting average has slipped to .310 on the season. And here comes the first offering for Bubic. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven to deep left field, and this ball is going to be gone. Alvarez has hit the second home run of the inning, his 26th of the season, as the Astros have now taken a 3-2 lead over the Royals in the bottom of the fifth inning. As we said, it was only a matter of time. Bubic had been struggling there, walking 5 batters in the last 2 innings. He had dodged a couple of bullets, but not in this inning, as now Justin Verlander has a 3-2 lead. That is going to bring up the third baseman, Alex Bregman. For Bregman on the afternoon, he has struck out both of his 2 times up. But before we see Bregman, the pitching coach has come out to talk to his young left-hander to give him some words of encouragement. But as I said, I think it was high alert. I would be shocked if Bubic was even thought about brought back in the 6th inning. The pitching coach for the Royals is Cal Eldred. Eldred had a decent big league career. Remember him most with the Milwaukee Brewers. So Aldred out giving some words of encouragement to his young left-hander, Bubic. So Alec Bregman steps to the plate, and the first pitch is a changeup that misses upstairs for ball one, and the count is 1-0. As we said, Bregman is 0 for 2 today. He has struck out it both times to the plate. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 2-0 to Bregman. Bubic is now up to 85 pitches here in the fifth. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 3-0. He's just falling apart. Well, two things that would come into mind. One is conditioning. Is Bubic in good enough condition? There's a fastball that misses down, and in it is ball 4 to Bregman. And he is aboard with a 2-out walk here in the fifth. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Myers. And certainly as the pitchers progress, sometimes you'll actually look at guys and you'll say, hey, well, you know what? Maybe they get on to him the second time through the order. That could be true too. Or the other piece to that is that maybe he's just running out of gas. He's not throwing the ball as well. He's not locating when you get tired. It becomes more difficult to concentrate. So here comes the first pitch to Jake Myers. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. The better conditioned you are, the more stamina that you have, the potential for the deeper you can go into the game, but also to the ability to finish pitches, the ability to maintain your velocity. So no balls and 1 strike to Myers. Here comes the offering from Bubic. It's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and it counts even at 1-1. Myers today has been on base twice. He singled in the second and walked in the fourth. Both times he was stranded. So here comes the 1-1 offering to Myers. It's a breaking ball that catches the top part of the strike zone. That is going to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 26 homers now on the season for Yordan Alvarez. As we mentioned, he is going to be around for a long time in a Houston uniform, at least till he's the age of 31. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded right to the second baseman, Merrifield, who flips it over to the shortstop, Lopez, and that is going to do it. It's going to be a fielder's choice. It's going to erase Bregman 4-6 for the third out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Astros in their half of the fifth. But there was some serious damage done. There were 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 5 complete. It is the Houston Astros 3, the Kansas City Royals 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment with the call of the top of the 6th inning. We're glad you guys could be here with us today. Here is our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Emmanuel Rivera, Edward Olivares, and Kyle Isbell to face the right-hander Justin Verlander. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down to Rivera, and the count is 1-0. Rivera today is 1 for 2. He singled in the second and lined out to the shortstop back in the 3rd inning. Verlander now pitching with the lead for the first time today, as the Astros picked up those 3 runs in the top of the 6th inning. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner, and the count is now even at 1-1. You can just see the way it was going for the starter, Bubic. He was having his difficulties when he got into really in the 3rd inning. You could start to see where he started to walk some of the batters. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. They appeal down to the first base umpire, but they say that Rivera didn't go, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Rivera. So here comes the offering from Verlander. It's a breaking ball swung on it. It's lined into right field. It's going to get down in front of McCormick. And that is going to be a leadoff single here for Rivera. Just as he did in the 2nd inning, he's got himself another hit. That's the second one of the ball game for the Kansas City third baseman. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Edward Olivares. For Olivares today, he is 2 for 2. He has singled twice, and he has scored both of the Kansas City runs. He's raised his season average up to 294. And here comes the first offering from Verlander. It's a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Olivares batting from the right side against the right-hander Verlander. He's got an open stance. He waggles the bat. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. The count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Olivares. Verlander leans in, and he gets the sign from his catcher Maldonado. And now he comes set at the belt. He kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball swung on it. It is popped up into the left side of the infield. Moving over underneath it is Bregman. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to retire Olivares for the first out of the inning. I'll bring up the center fielder, Kyle Isbell. For Isbell today, he is officially 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up, but he hit a sacrifice fly back in the 4th inning to drive in Olivares with the 2nd run of the ball game. He steps up. His season average has dipped to 221 on the campaign. Hitting from the left side against the right-hander Verlander, there's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. Isbell is in his 2nd season with the Royals. Originally was a graphic in the 3rd round out of University of Nevada, Las Vegas, back in the 2018 draft. There's a pitch that misses low, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. The brain trust for the Houston Astros with Dusty Baker sitting on the bench. He's got all kinds of stuff. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 3-0. Lots of notes and information. It was the 89th pitch of the ball game for the right-hander Verlander. As we said, he probably has got between 100 and 110 pitches in him here today. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. That's going to be ball 4. So Isbell has drawn himself a walk. That's going to advance Rivera to second. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Nicky Lopez. Lopez has been a thorn in the side of Justin Verlander today. He has 2 for 2. He's got himself an RBI. It's the 90th pitch of the ball game. Out to the mound comes the Houston pitching coach. Going to have a conference here as I want to talk it over of what they're doing. There is action in the bullpen as Phil Maton is up and throwing. The pitching coach is Bill Murphy, as he is out there having his words with Verlander. There was action used. Maton was last used on Tuesday. He came in and threw 3 pitches. There has been some bullpen use over the last couple of nights. The Astros, of course, lost last night's ball game. We were talking about that earlier. It was the first game that they dropped to the Royals in the 4-game series. There's a first pitch breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Lopez. Lopez, of course, 2 for 2 against Verlander. And this one here. And here comes the 0-1 offering. Verlander kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away into the feet of the hitter. Relievers that were used yesterday by the Houston Astros, Abreu, Stanek, and Neris all pitched in relief. It was Neris who got roughed up and gave up a couple of runs in the 9th inning yesterday to help extend the lead for the Royals. So here comes the 0-2 offering to Lopez. Verlander gets his sign. He holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's tap foul over on the first base side of home plate. Keeps the count to 0-2. Lopez will be a tough player to double up. He doesn't steal a lot of bases, but he does get them on the line quickly. He's only got 5 bags stolen on the year, but the way he's able to range to his left and to his right in the middle infield would make him a candidate at the plate here to be a difficult one to double up. So here comes the 0-2. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2 to Lopez. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Pirates have extended their lead in Cincinnati to 4-1. As we said, we're keeping an eye on that one. The game in Philadelphia between the Nationals and the Phillies is nearing a starting point. As a breaking ball swung on it is tapped back to the pitcher. Verlander fields it. His only play is to first. Lopez is going to go down on a ground out 1-3 for the second out of the inning. Advancing to third is Rivera. Advancing to second is Isbell. That's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Cam Gallagher. For Gallagher on the afternoon, he is 0 for 2. He has flown out to center field and struck out looking. So Gallagher steps up to the plate. He waggles the bat, and here's the first offering from Verlander. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Going to reach the seats down the first base line. So no balls and 1 strike to Gallagher. Gallagher leans in and he gets the signs from his catcher, Maldonado. And now he comes set at the belt. And he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Good block by the catcher, Maldonado, to keep the ball in check with the runners at second and third. Verlander is looking to pick up his 11th win of the season. One would have to think if he could get the win here, hold on, or keep the Royals at bay, he's got a very good chance to be the starter for the American League in the All-Star game. And there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Gallagher. Verlander back in, leaning in and getting the side from Maldonado. And here comes the 1-2. I would think we're going to see a slider buried here. And here's the pitch. It is a slider. It is buried. That misses down as Gallagher holds off, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Verlander works a lot slower when the runners are on base than when he's working with nobody or operating with nobody on base. So here comes the 2-2 pitch, but instead Verlander steps off the backside. Gallagher has asked for time. He steps out of the box and readjusts the batting gloves. Now we're ready to do this all over. The infield is pretty much straight away, except for Altuve, who is shaded towards second base. There is a fastball swung on. It is grounded right to Altuve. He throws it on one bounce to the first baseman, Matiashevich. Verlander comes off the mound shaking his head. It's going to go down as a ground out 4-3 for the third out of the inning. In the half inning for the Royals, they had no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is the Houston Astros 3, the Kansas City Royals 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action after this. Bottom of the 6th coming up in just a few.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher after the game. Be sure to go check him out. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you all for being here. Welcome back, everybody. The Royals are staying with the left-hander starter here, and it is Bubic who is still on the mound. This is Chris Bubic starting his 6th inning of work. He has really struggled in the last couple innings, and so at 91 pitches, we're surprised that they're rolling him back out. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away to Matiashevich, and the count is 1-0. The first baseman for the Astros, he is 0 for 1 today. He has grounded into a double play, and he has walked his 2 trips to the plate. So officially 0 for 1. There's a fastball swung on. It is fouled straight back. It's going to reach the seats. It is 1-1 now. Matiashevich. His average has dipped down to 192 on the season. By all accounts, it looks like Justin Verlander's day will be over. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 1-2. He is up on the railing and cheering his teammates on. It's usually a telltale sign that his day is finished. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses just off the outside corner, and the count is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Waggling the bat is the batter Matashevich, and he waits on the pitch from the lefty Bubic. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 2-2. Bubic has walked 5 batters all in the last 2 innings of work. The big blow was the 2-run homer by Altuve and another one by Yordan Alvarez. Put the Astros up 3-2. There's a fastball swung on. That's fouled away over on the third base side. The count remains at 2s, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Bubic ready to go back to work. And here comes the offering to the batter Matashevich, and he pops it up over on the third base side. Moving over underneath it is Rivera. Sliding in is Gallagher, and Rivera is going to reach over top of him and make the catch. Some communication issues from the Royals defense. That is going to retire Matashevich for the first out of the inning. Gallagher was battling what looked like the roof. It's an easier play for the third baseman. And then he ends up sliding to avoid the contact. And Rivera is able to haul it in. And that is going to be the end of the day for the starter Bubic. The Royals are going to the bullpen as they have seen enough. There is a pitching change at 98 pitches as Mike Matheny has come out to take the ball from his starter. And now it is going to be a commercial break for us, everybody. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a moment while we get the pitching change. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a right-handed pitcher coming into the ball game to replace Chris Bubic. It is going to be Wyatt Mills is going to be taking over in place of the Mills is a right-handed pitcher. It's his second season in the big leagues. He broke in last year in 2021 with the Seattle Mariners, and then he started the season this year with the Mariners. He was traded by the Mariners with Will Fleming to the Royals in the Carlos Santana trade for Santana and Cash. So he is going to be taking over on the season this year. He has worked been in 10 games. He's worked 10 2/3 innings. He's allowed 6 runs, all earned, walking 5 and striking out 8, pitching to an ERA of 5.06. Since he's come to the Royals, he's appeared in a couple of games and was allowed a hit and a couple of earned runs with a couple of walks and a couple of Ks. But Mills is here to take over in the bottom half of the 6th inning. So some mixed reviews today by Bubic, as he is going to work 5 1/3 innings. He'll be on the hook for the loss if the Royals can't come back and win this one. He's worked 5 1/3 innings. He, as we said, mixed reviews, being that he was able to strike out 5, but he also walked 5. He allowed 4 Astro hits, and there was a first pitch fastball swung on. It is popped up softly. Racing over is Cam Gallagher, who makes the catch in foul territory on the third base side. And that is going to retire Richo DeBon on the first pitch thrown by Mills. So that is 2 gone, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Chas McCormick. For McCormick today, he is 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play, the 6-4-3 variety. And then he also grounded out 6-3 his last time up, so he's 0 for 2. And here comes the first offering from Mills. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count's 1-0. Mills is a sidewinder, but not only is he a sidewinder, he really falls off to the third base side and then comes across his body. So he really creates an angle for the right-handed batter at the plate. Comes the 1-0 offering. It's another fastball that misses off the outside corner, similar to the first one, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Chas McCormick. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th, as Mills is on in relief of the starter Bubic. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is now 2-1. So according to Rob Manfred, there will be computerized umpires here in the next couple of years in the big leagues doing balls and strikes. Interested to see how that's going to take shape. There's the 2-1 pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and missed. Count goes to 2-2. I wonder who you argue with if you feel that you're getting worked over by the computer umpire. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to McCormick. And here comes the offering from Mills. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And McCormick has gone on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Astros go quietly in their half of the 6th. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 6 complete innings in Houston. It is the Houston Astros 3, the Kansas City Royals 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this with all the calls of the top of the 7th inning.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 7th inning, and it's going to be the top of the order coming up for the Kansas City Royals. Due up, it'll be Whit Merrifield, Andrew Benintendi, and M.J. Melendez. And it looks like Justin Verlander's day is done as Phil Maton is coming in to pitch, as he will be taking over here in the 7th inning. I'll get you all his specs here in just a couple moments. Verlander had himself another quality start. Got himself the lead 5th inning when the Astros had a couple of home runs. He limited the Royals to only 2 runs. One of them was earned, one was unearned. And he had racked up a few strikeouts in the ballgame for himself. He had 3 in the 1st inning. And he ended with, we've got him at 9. We'll double check our stats and see if the official scorers got the same. And that will bring Maton to the mound. He is 0-1 on the season. He's got a 3.74 ERA in 34 games. He's got 33 strikeouts and 11 walks. So he is taking over here. First pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs. Count is now 1-0 to Whit Merrifield. For Merrifield today, he is 0 for 3. He did reach base on an error back in the 3rd inning. But that was sandwiched between 2 strikeouts. And here comes the offering from the right-hander. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is hit to left field. Moving in underneath it is the left fielder Diaz, who makes the catch. That is going to retire Merrifield for the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up Andrew Benintendi. For Benintendi today, he is 1 for 3. He's got a single, he bounced into a fielder's choice, and he has struck out. So officially 1 for 3 on the day. He's pulled his average to 317. So he's ready to battle the right-hander Maton. And the first offering is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. As we mentioned earlier, Benintendi is a speculative person right now. They think that he is going to be on the move before the trade deadline. A lot of talk that the New York Yankees were the ones that were potentially the guy that they were going to be looking at. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Phil Maton. So Maton gets the sign from the catcher, and now he's ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Benintendi. Maton comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lined over the head of Altuve. Actually, that's Dubon who's in the shift into center field. Regardless, Benintendi is aboard with a single. And that is a 1-out knock for Benintendi, and that'll bring up the DH, MJ Melendez. He did have the shift on. Sometimes you have to wait. And Dubon was up leaping, and the ball got hit over his head. If he was probably about 6 inches taller, he makes the play. So Benintendi, it's his 30th 2-hit game of the season. He's only second in the American League, and the leader in that category is Luis Arias of the Minnesota Twins. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Melendez today is 0 for 2. He has also drawn a walk. He has struck out and grounded back to the pitcher. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Of course, that was against Justin Verlander. Now he's facing Phil Maton for the first time. There's probably a little bit more excitement in the Kansas City dugout to face the relievers of Houston than to have to face the future Hall of Famer Verlander. There's a breaking ball that drops in for another called strike, and the count is 1-2. You just get the feeling that there's going to be a pitch that Marvin Hudson is going to miss, or he's going to make a meal of, and it's going to end up turning the tide of this game. As we said, he's really struggled behind the plate today as he punched out Jake Myers of the Astros on only 2 strikes. There's a breaking ball that misses, and the count's now 2-2. It's a problem when you got all kinds of cameras on you. Everybody gets to see what you're doing. There is action in the Kansas City bullpen, as they have a right-hander up and throwing. There's a breaking ball swung on. That's fouled into the feet of the DH. Keeps the count at 2-2 to Melendez. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Melendez is digging himself in. He's ready on the offering from the right-hander Maton. Maton comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. He really pulled a string on that one. He took something off, and Melendez was way out in front. He's gone for out number 2. That'll bring up Vinny Pasquantino, who is 0 for 3 today. So Pasquantino He has struck out twice today, once looking and once swinging. He also flew up to the center fielder his other time up. His average is slumped to 138. The first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. So he is in the hole straight away. The runner at first is Benintendi. There are 2 out here on the top of the 7th. The Royals are trailing 3-2 to the Astros. They jumped out with the 2-run lead. The Astros got back in a hurry. They can score runs in bunches, and they did in the 5th inning as they hit 2 home runs off the bat of Altuve and the other one off of Alvarez. There's a breaking ball swung on. That is tap foul. It's going to bounce behind home plate, and the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Pasquantino. Pasquantino gets himself dug back in. Matone gets himself a new baseball. And we're ready for the 0-2 offering. He gets the sign from Maldonado and he comes set at the belt. Here he sand fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded into the 4-hole. Fielding it in shallow right field is Altuve. He makes the play, and that's going to go down as a ground out, 4-3 for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it here for the Royals in their half of the 7th inning. There was no runs. There was a hit. There were no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 6.5 innings in Houston. It is the Astros 3, the Royals 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call. The bottom of the 7th inning after this when we return from our friend, Matt Hollis.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It is going to be the 9-1-2 hitters in the Houston batting order. Due up is Martin Maldonado, Jose Altuve, and Alamides Diaz. They are ones that are coming in here, and we're just getting confirmation to see if there is a pitching change. It was the right-hander Wyatt Mills who came on in relief of Chris Bubic in the last inning, and he had retired the final 2 hitters he faced. We'll see what they have here, as they did have action in the bullpen. We're waiting on the information here. It is 9-1-2 in the batting order. It is now Coleman on the hill pitching. And the first offering is a fastball at 98 miles an hour taken for a call strike, and the count is 0-1. This is Dylan Coleman. We'll get you his specs as we move along here, as he takes over on the bump for Wyatt Mills. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and the count is now 0-2. So Coleman ahead quickly. His 35th game of the season he's appearing in right now. He's 2-1 on the year. He boasts an ERA of 3.51. He's got 36 strikeouts and 24 walks. That is the problem with the Kansas City Royals. They've got some pitchers that walk too many batters. Coleman has got to get his walk rate down. You need guys coming in the pen to throw strikes. There's a fastball at 100 miles an hour. It's grounded softly over to the right side. And that ball is going to die in the second base position. They had the shift on as they had Whit Merrifield over top at second base. He had to really range to his left and come in and attack the ball. And the catcher, Maldonado, was able to beat that one out. It was a chopper that sort of died. If they would have had the second baseman, Merrifield, in his natural position, it would be one out here quickly. But Maldonado's got himself a cheapie, so to speak. That's his second hit of the game. He's got a single now with a double. And he also walked earlier, so 3 times today for Martin Maldonado to reach base. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Jose Altuve. For Altuve, he is 1 for 2 today. He takes a breaking ball outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. He homered his last time up. It was a 2-run shot for him. He also has walked and grounded out. There's the offering from Coleman. It's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Those are the little type of things that we talk about not seeing and certain things not seeing all the time. And that one there is where the shift was beaten again. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. And the count is now 3-0 to Jose Altuve. You'd have to take a look at that and see if you could be watching games regular to see how many times that the shift has functioned properly and the shift has not functioned. Be interesting to see. There's a fastball that misses down, and Altuve is aboard with a walk. And there are now 2 Astros aboard with nobody out, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Alamides Diaz. So a cheap base hit to get the inning going. And then a walk to Altuve. As we said, that's going to be one of the Achilles heels for Dylan Coleman, keeping the runners in check. So Alamides Diaz steps up to the plate. And here comes the first offering to him, and now he's asked for time as he feels that Coleman has taken too much time. So Diaz waggles the bat. Coleman checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down to Diaz. And the count is 1-0. And putting themselves into a dangerous situation here as Yordan Alvarez looms on deck. So here comes the 1-0 offering to Diaz. It is a fastball swung on. It is tapped in front of home plate. It serves as a bunt. Picking it up is Gallagher. He throws to third, and that is going to retire Maldonado. It's going to be a fielder's choice, 2-5. Maldonado is erased for the first out. Diaz will reach first safely, and Altuve moves into second. Wasn't the best throw by Gallagher. It almost took Rivera off the base on the fair side of third base. He had to reach for it. Had to do like a first baseman would, and he was able to hang on to the ball. So that brings up the designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. For Alvarez, he is 1 for 3 on the day. He homered his last time up. He's also grounded out and struck out. There's a fastball at 100 miles an hour from Coleman that catches the outside corner. And the count is quickly 0-1. That homer by Alvarez was an opposite field blast. Sailed into the seats in left field. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and now the count goes to 0-2. I think if I'm Coleman, I want to give Alvarez a steady diet of hooks here. So no balls and 2 strikes. Alvarez waiting on the offering from the right-hander Coleman. He digs in and he waggles the bat. And again, Coleman steps off, and this time he throws to second base. And getting back in time is the base runner Altuve. Nicky Lopez, who is playing on the second base side, or the right field side of second base, snuck in on the backside to try to get Altuve. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. And Alvarez is gone on strikes for the second time today. He's retired for out number 2 here in the 7th inning, and that's going to leave it all up to Alex Bregman. For Bregman on the day, he is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice, but he's also walked. He was erased in a fielder's choice his last time up. So Bregman waiting on the first offering from Coleman, who checks the runner Altuve and kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses off the plate. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Bregman waiting on the offering from the right-hander, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. This is not what you want to do if you're Coleman. Fall behind in the count to Alex Bregman. They do have an open base, and Jake Myers is in the on-deck circle, but you don't want to load it up to face them. There's 2 away here in the 7th inning. And here comes the offering from Coleman. It is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. Stood Bregman up a little bit. He wasn't happy with that call. Bregman wasn't happy with some calls earlier in the game from Marvin Hudson. Bregman does choke up a little bit off the bottom of the bat. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 3-1. Bregman has 10 homers on the season and 42 RBIs. He's looking to add to his totals. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. That pitch is a breaking ball that misses off the plate. It's going to be ball 4 for Bregman. It's the second walk allowed this inning by Coleman. It advances Diaz to second. Altuve moves to third, and that is going to bring the center fielder Jake Myers to the dish. You can really understand or start to understand where the Royals' difficulties are. Their bullpen, their starters not being able to throw enough strikes, getting behind in the counts. They have some young arms in Kansas City, and there's lots of hope, at least for the starters. So Myers today has reached base all 3 times. He has bounced into a fielder's choice. He walked and he singled. So the bases are full. Here's the first pitch. That is a 99-mile-an-hour fastball swung on and missed, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Myers. Bases are full of Astros. They're looking to add to their lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. There's more action in the Kansas City bullpen, as Yoel Pamps is up and throwing. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count is now 2-1 to Myers. Boy, I think if I'm Myers here, I'm just waiting on this pitch. I might stick my bat on my shoulder and just wait it out. As the right-hander Coleman is really struggling to throw strikes. Coleman so far has thrown 20 pitches. Only 9 have crossed the plate. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short. It is fielded by Lopez. He throws on the run to first. And that is going to do it. That goes as a ground out 6-3. So Coleman is very fortunate. He wiggles himself out of the jam. And that is going to do it for the Astros and their half of the seventh inning. There was no runs. There was 2 hits. There were no errors and 3 Astros left the board. That is 8 that they have left the board now through the 7 innings. Your score at the end of 7, it is Houston 3, Kansas City 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. We're glad that you guys are with us here this afternoon for some afternoon baseball. We'll get you caught up on the out-of-town scoreboard when we return after this.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We'll take a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard as there is other action around Major League Baseball this afternoon. It is in the bottom of the 8th inning. The score line is the Pittsburgh Pirates are leading the Cincinnati Reds 4-1. That game is the first of a header. So 4-1 for the Pirates. We'll get you more of that information as we see it here. Ball game there in particular for the Pirates. They have had 1 home run in the ball game. It was Diego Castillo hit his 9th of the year, a solo shot in the 5th inning. They have had Contreras got the start for him. He went 6 strong innings, allowing 4 hits, 1 run earned, walking 1 and striking out 7. And the bullpen has taken over after that. So Castillo with 2 hits. Chavez has a couple RBIs in the ball game. And the other RBI was by the catcher Delay. For the Cincinnati Reds, it has been Donovan Solano, who is 3 for 3 today with an RBI. He also hit a home run in the 5th inning off of Contreras. That was the only run. That is where we stand. There is a pitching change for the Houston Astros, as they have gone to the bullpen again. They are bringing in a right-hander. This is going to be Montero. That would be Rafael Montero taking over here. He's 3-0 on the season. This is going to be his 35th game. He has an ERA of 1.93. He has struck out 35 and walked 11. So Montero coming in to take over. He's the 3rd pitcher of record today. So here we go. Here comes Montero. He is going to be facing Rivera, Olivares, and Isabel. And the first pitch misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0 to Rivera. There is now a new first baseman as Uliski Gurriel has now taken over for the first baseman Macevic. As we said, we're apologizing for his name. We butchered it all afternoon. It is Matashevich. We have to get used to saying that one for now and into the future. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Rivera as he's fouled off that last pitch. Rivera today is 2 for 3. He's got a couple of singles. He's also lined to the shortstop. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. This Montero, who is on the mound, he's not a big fella. He's rather a slender build. But he can really bring the ball up plate. He has been in the bigs since 2014. He began his career with the Mets. He went to the Rangers. Then he spent some time in Seattle with the Mariners. He rocks into the motion and he delivers. It is a fastball ticket for a called 3rd strike. Rivera stood there like the house by the side of the road. He's shaking his head as he walks away. That's might have been Marvin Hudson all day long. His consistency of his zone has been inconsistent. And also, too, when we were talking about when he punched out Jake Myers with 2 strikes. Hudson has really battled the zone today, and the zone seems to be winning the battle, not necessarily the home plate umpire. So the first pitch delivered to Olivares is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Olivares is also 2 for 3 today. He has singled twice. He scored both the Royals' runs. He's raised his average on the season to 290. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-2. Just back to Montero a little bit. He's not a big guy. He's 6 foot tall. They list him at 190. Both of those listings may be on the conservative side. So here comes the offering from Montero, who kicks and delivers. That is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted over by the first base stands, and it is going to reach the seats beyond Gurriel. It's going to run the count still to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Kyle Isbell waits his turn on deck. He is the center fielder. So Olivares waiting on the pitch. Here comes Montero. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball that just misses upstairs, and the count is 1-2. Nice job by Olivares to hold off, but to be truthful, that was probably too close to take. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Olivares. They've got him pretty much in normal position on the left side. Altuve is to the right of second base. There is a fastball that is swung on and missed. And Olivares has gone on strikes for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and the Royals have gone quietly, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Kyle Isbell. For Isbell, he is 0 for 1 today. He struck out looking in the second. He hit a sac fly and knocked a run in the fourth, and he has walked. Was stranded at second base in the 6th inning. So here comes the first offering from Montero. It's a fastball swung on. It is hit foul. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line, and the count is quickly 0-1. The Royals have stranded 8 runners on base today. The Astros have left 8 themselves. Hasn't been a lot of clutch hitting in this one. And in some cases, it's been base runners that got on when there's been 2 out. There's a breaking ball swung on, and that one's also fouled away down the right field line. It's going to reach the seats. The count is 0-2 now to Isbell. There was a lot of what we would call interest in Isbell. He was the 3rd round pick out of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Isbell is considered one of the better prospects in the organization for the Royals. He's getting a little bit long, though, in the tooth. He's 25. That's usually kind of where they either take off or they are dropped off the prospect list. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count's 1-2. We're going to find out here if he can play or if he can't. Last year he came up and there were some signs of greatness. He hit 276 last year and 76 at bats, and there's a fastball swung on and missed. And Isbell's gone down on strikes. Montero comes in and strikes out the side in the 8th inning. The Royals go quietly, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. The Astros are coming up in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Gurriel, Dubon, and McCormick scheduled to hit. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. It is 3-2 for the Astros. We'll be right back after this. And Jimmy Redbeard Breaks is in the house joining us. Hang tight. We'll be right back, Jimmy.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Rams Baseball. This is Dave's Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Now, with Jimmy Redbeard in the house, we'll bring you guys what we've been doing on the Japanese streams. We've got some Japanese cheerleaders as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 8th inning coming up for the Astros. It's going to be Yuli Gurriel, Mauricio Dubon, and Chas McCormick. We anticipate that it will be a pitching change, and it is. It is going to be a right-hander coming in for the Royals. This is going to be Jose, and we may be messing this up, Cuellas. Jose Cuellas is coming into the ball game to take over. Thought it might be Yoel Pamps, but was getting himself heated up in the last, but it is Cuellas that is coming in. He will take over. He is a rookie right-hander. Originally from the Dominican Republic, was originally drafted out of high school in Brooklyn, New York, and then he was redrafted by the Brewers in 2015. He pitched his college ball at the University of Maryland. So he is getting his 19th appearance for the Royals, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Gurriel. So on the season, he is 2-0. He's got a 1.93 ERA, and there is a changeup that misses. The count goes even to 1-1 to Gurriel. So Cuellas on the hill here, and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Gurriel on the season is batting .227. Really struggling a little bit here as he is a veteran, and there's a breaking ball that misses outside. Now it's a little bit to be concerned because he's 38 years old this year. Last year, he led the league in hitting at the .319 average. He had 15 homers and 81 RBIs, and his production has fell off big time. There is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and Gurriel is gone on strikes for the first out here in the 8th. But just back a little bit to Gurriel here, he is not at the same pace that he was for the last few seasons. His career is a .287 batting average, so Father Time may be catching up to him. We will know here either this year or next year. Usually what will happen is if a player falls off this year, he may be as what he is next year as well. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. He will have to bounce back pretty well. Maybe to consider that the decline isn't happening. He is a free agent this year, and there's a fastball swung on it, is lined into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit, and Dubon is aboard for the second time today. It's his first knock of the day. That is going to bring up the right fielder, Chas McCormick. For McCormick, he is 0 for 3 today. He's grounded into a double play. He's also grounded out and struck out. So McCormick strides to the plate. I find it very interesting, the all-star balloting, the way that it is working out right now. Here comes the first offering from Cuellas. It's a breaking ball that misses down. The count's 1-0 to McCormick. They've done 2 phases of all-star balloting this year. I find it a bit of a challenge to keep up with what the new piece is all about. You're going to have to do a little bit of research on it because it's just made it a little bit more complicated than what we've anticipated or come to expect in years past. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0 to McCormick. I find it like the NFL sometimes, if you really have to explain what everything is, then there's too much explanation, then there's a problem. It's kind of like the rules and the referees. They give you too much. So here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on McCormick. Not that the game isn't a great game, but when they're having to tell you what the calls were, and you need a Harvard lawyer to assist you in understanding, then there's a problem. So here comes the offering. It's a 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball. It catches the outside corner, and the count's now 2-2 to McCormick. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. McCormick taps the other side of the plate, and now he's ready from the offering from Cuellar, who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses well off the outside corner. That runs the count to 3-2. There is action in the Houston bullpen, as they have their closer Presley up and throwing, as they will look to want to finish this one off. And here comes the pitch from Cuellar. It's a breaking ball that misses way outside. That is going to be ball 4 to McCormick. And that is going to bring up Martin Maldonado, who has been hot with the stick today. Maldonado has a single, a double. He's scored a run, and he's also walked. He's raised his season average up to 156. Got a lot of love from his teammates in the last at-bat, as he was able to hit a chopper to second that he was able to beat out. So here's the first offering from Cuellar. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Cuellar has a really awkward delivery. He's able to drop down and throw off the side. And here's the pitch to Maldonado. It's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-0. This has been the story of the relievers, other than the one who came in for the part inning, Wyatt Mills. Certainly last inning, Coleman loaded the bases with a couple of walks, got himself into trouble. And now we have a visit from the pitching coach, Cal Aldred, who's come out to the mound, talked to his right-hander. There's one away here in the 8th inning with runners at first and second. They don't want to turn this over to the top of the order. Maldonado is a double play candidate if they can keep it on the ground. They got a chance to turn 2. That's what they would like to be able to do. So 2 balls and no strikes to Martin Maldonado. Maldonado waggles the bat, and he's waiting on the offer from Cuellar. And there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Maldonado. Again, the right-hander Cuellar kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. They're going to stop the runner at third base as Dubon has been held up. Dubon is stopped at third. McCormick goes to second. It is the 3rd hit of the afternoon for Maldonado. That is going to load the bases, and it's going to bring Jose Altuve to the plate. For Altuve, he is 1 for 2 today. He has homered, knocking in a pair. He's grounded out, and he has walked twice. So the Royals have got themselves in a whole host of trouble here in the bottom half of the 8th inning with the bases loaded and 1 out. Martin Maldonado, it's his first 3-hit game of the season, as he is having himself an afternoon, and that'll bring up the diminutive Jose Altuve. So Altuve steps in, and he's waiting on the first pitch from the right-hander Cuellar. There's a breaking ball that comes in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. The bases loaded for his career. Altuve is hitting 239. He's got 6 grand slams to his name, and he's got 97 runs batted in, but he's looking for his first hit in this situation this year. There's a fastball that comes inside. Altuve checks his swing and fouls it away. The count is now no balls and 2 strikes. So no balls and 2 strikes to Altuve. Cuellar leans in and he gets the sign from his catcher Gallagher. He's ready to go back to work. Here comes the 0-2 offering. It is a changeup swung on. This is lined into left field. Racing in and making the catch is Benintendi. Tagging at third and scoring is Dubon. That is going to be a sacrifice to 7 for Altuve. Picks himself up his 3rd RBI of the ball game. Dubon is the only runner to advance, as McCormick is going to stay at second and Maldonado is going to remain at first. Nice play by Benintendi. He had to range to his left. He had to go down to all fours and reach out for the ball. It wasn't really a dive as much as it was. You had to get really low to catch that ball. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike by Alamedes Diaz. For Diaz today, he is 1 for 4. He's pulled the average up to 221 on the season. There is a fastball swung on, and this ball is going to be fouled away and reach the seats. The count now goes to 0-2. Diaz was a late-minute addition to the ballgame as Jeremy Pena was scratched. We never got the update or the reason why Pena was scratched. Originally, Pena was in the 2 spot in the batting order. Then Dubon was flipped over to shortstop, and Diaz inserted in the lineup as the left fielder. There is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined into left field. It's going to be down. It's a base hit. Benintendi fields it off the wall. 1 run is in. Stopping at third is Maldonado. That is going to be a double for Diaz, his 2nd hit of the ball game. He gets himself another RBI, and the Astros are now breathing a little bit easier as they have scored their 2nd run of the inning. And they have now got themselves a 5-2 lead. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Yordan Alvarez. So Alvarez is striding to the plate. And the manager, Mike Matheny, has held up 4 fingers to give him the intentional walk, and that's going to bring up Alec Bregman to the dish. So Alvarez doesn't even get a chance to swing the bat as Matheny has taken it out of his hands. It's going to set up a force play possibility at any base. So here comes the first pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats behind home plate, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Bregman. Bregman today is officially 0 for 2. He has struck out twice and walked twice. He said coming into the ball game, Bregman was one of those few players that walks more than he strikes out. That is intact here for today. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. There are not a lot of those players in the big leagues left today. Juan Soto of the Nationals is one of them. We saw Stephen Kwan of the Guardians. He's another one. You tack on Yandy Diaz of the Tampa Bay Rays. There's 4 right there that come to my mind. So here comes the pitch from Cuellar. It is a fastball swung on, is grounded softly over to third. Rivera fields it. He throws on the run. And Bregman is going to be retired on a ground out 5-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. But there's been damage done here in the 8th. There were 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors and 3 runners left aboard. 11 runners left on base by the Astros in their 8 innings. It is the score, Houston 5, the Royals 2. Stick around. We'll be back with the top of the 9th inning after this, everybody. We appreciate you all for being here today. Thanks for hanging with us. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the ninth inning, and it is going to be the 8-9-1 hitters in the Kansas City batting order. It is a 5-2 lead for the Houston Astros. They scored a couple of runs as insurance runs in the bottom of the eighth. After, with one out, with Mauricio Dubon singling, Chas McCormick walking, Maldonado singling, and a sac fly by Altuve, and a RBI double by Diaz has cashed a couple of runs in. And that is where we stand with the score at 5-2. The Astros arguably are one of the better bullpens or best bullpen in all of Major League Baseball. We can argue over a few teams, but certainly they are looking to close this one out. When you get the lead and you get past the sixth inning, Houston bullpen is pretty much automatic. So just a couple of reminders. We'll be back on the air later tonight for the Giants and the Padres, so hopefully you can swing back in. It'll be at about 9:40 Eastern or 6:40 Pacific. That is our programming update. Ryan Presley is on the mound to take over. He'll be the fourth pitcher used today. He's going to be looking for his 18th save. He's 2-2 on the year. He boasts an ERA of 3.52. This is going to be his 26th appearance. So Presley on in relief to face Lopez, Gallagher, and Merrifield. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that just misses outside for ball one. The count is 1-0 to Nicky Lopez. So our afternoon crowd here. And then tomorrow we are looking to do the double dip tomorrow again. We'll probably do an early game. We'll have to update you on that. And we'll do our regular Japanese scheduled game for 10 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll update that as well, as we'll be putting that on our calendar somewhere between the first and the second games today. So Presley is now 2 balls and no strikes on Lopez as he's missed down again. Here comes the offering, and he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep right field. Drifting over to his right is the right fielder, McCormick. He makes the catch. Lopez is gone for out number 1 here in the top of the ninth inning, and that'll bring up the catcher, Cam Gallagher. For Gallagher, he is 0 for 3 today. He has flown to center. He is struck out looking and grounded to second. But it looks like we're going to have ourselves a pinch hitter here as Ryan O'Hearn has grabbed a bat. So O'Hearn is going to step up here and hit for Gallagher in the ninth inning. So O'Hearn on the bat. He brings a 196 batting average to the plate. And his first pitch from Presley is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Ryan O'Hearn, a couple of years ago, was one of those players that they were thinking a lot of in Kansas City. He has definitely gone from prospect to suspect. Don't know how many more chances O'Hearn is going to get to be able to play. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. O'Hearn broke in the big leagues in 2018. 8th round pick out of Sam Houston State in 2014. And here comes the pitch from Presley. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. There's lots of promise in the first season in 2018. O'Hearn hit 12 homers that drove in 30. Only 149 at bats. He hit 262. And then everywhere after that, it has been difficulty for the big left-handed hitter. There's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that just misses outside. The count goes to 3-1. O'Hearn has hit 225 last year, but every other season in 2019, 20, and 22, he's been under the proverbial Mendoza line of 200. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. And Presley kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and that's going to run the count to 3-2. There were expectations that O'Hearn was going to be able to provide some power in the middle of the order for the Royals. He followed that 12 home run rookie year up with 14 in 2019. But since then, he has only hit 12 in the last 3 seasons combined. There is a fastball swung on it, is grounded foul. It's going to get into the Astro dugout. Keeps the count at 3-2. Players were diving to the left and diving to the right. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gallagher. Whit Merrifield waits his turn on deck, the top of the order. So here's the 3-2, and it is a breaking ball swung on and tap foul right behind home plate. Keeps the count at 3-2 to O'Hearn. So O'Hearn comes off the bench and he gets himself a quality at bat. This is going to be the 8th pitch. Delivered to the Royals' left-handed hitting slugger. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Presley holds at the chest, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And O'Hearn has gone on strikes for the second out of the inning. He's going to leave it all up to the top of the order is Whit Merrifield. So Merrifield comes to the plate. He is officially 0 for 4. He did reach base on an error back in the 3rd inning. He has struck out twice, and he has flown out to left field. So he is ready to go to work. And the first offering he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Merrifield waiting on the offering from Presley, and it's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into shallow right field. Moving back on it is Altuve, and he's going to make the grab. And that is going to do it for the Royals in their half of the 9th inning. They go quietly. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your final score from Houston is Houston Astros 5, the Kansas City Royals 2. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back to give you the out-of-town scoreboard and wrap this baby up in just about 30 seconds. Here is our friend Dave, and we'll be back in a moment.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Rams Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rab sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We'll go around and take a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. It is a final from Cincinnati. The Pirates have knocked off the Reds in the first game of the doubleheader, 4-2. 4-7-0 for Pittsburgh, 2-8-0 for the Reds. Contreras gets the win. He goes to 3-2 for the Pirates. Minor takes the loss. He drops to 1-6. Bednar gets the save. It's his 14th of the year. It was a home run by Diego Castillo and a home run by Donovan Solano for the Reds. That were the home runs in the ball game. Again, your final score is 4-2. The Washington Nationals have a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning over the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies have actually just tied that up at 2, as Derek Hall has just knocked in a run, and then that has been followed up by JT Realmuto. The Nationals got their runs. Juan Soto had knocked in a run, and Franco, the third baseman, has also knocked in a run. It is Adon going for the Nationals, and it is Falter going for the Phillies. And that game is tied up at 2 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Your final score here, 5-2 for the Astros. It was Kansas City early on. They got to Justin Verlander in the 2nd inning. It was a leadoff single by Emmanuel Rivera, then another single by Edward Olivares. Then with 1 out, Nicky Lopez drove in Olivares after, check that, with 2 outs after Emmanuel Rivera was picked off 3rd. And Lopez got a single and knocked in Edward Olivares, and they took the lead 1-0. In the fourth inning, it was a single by Olivares to lead it off, but an error by the center fielder Myers allowed Olivares to go all the way around to third. Kyle Isabel stepped up and hit a sacrifice fly to knock in Olivares, and that made the score 2-0. That's where the offense dried up for the Royals. At the bottom of the fifth inning, with one out, Martin Maldonado doubled, and Jose Altuve homered to knock him in to tie the game at 2. With 2 out, Yordan Alvarez hit a solo shot, and that put the Astros up 3-2. It was a struggle for the bullpen for the Royals. And in the 8th inning, with 1 out, Mauricio Dubon singled, Chas McCormick walked, and Martin Maldonado singled to load the bases. Jose Altuve hit a sac fly to knock in Dubon, and then Alamides Diaz doubled home a run, bringing home McCormick to make the score 5-2. That is your final score. So it was 5-2 for the Houston Astros. Once again, everybody, a reminder, we'll be back on the airwaves again later tonight. Our friend Sauce Up Game has popped in here. We appreciate you stopping by. Remember, tonight it is going to be at 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 Pacific. We're going to do the Giants and the Padres. Hopefully you guys can make it in and listen tonight on your Thursday evening. Once again, everybody, it's been a Last Raps Baseball video production. Hope you all have a great day. Come on back and see us again later tonight as we'll do this all over again.